2024 is in the rearview mirror. It was a great reading year. I read 18 works of nonfiction, 50 novels, 7 novellas, 31 short stories, 74 volumes of manga, and 1 graphic novel. That's not half bad. That being said, in terms of uploading videos and keeping to the goals I set at the beginning of 2024, it was a lackluster, year for the channel. I could have done much better, but between 2 concussions, 2 ruptured eardrums, getting pneumonia, and, I have a newborn who just turned 1, it was a very, very busy year. But 2025, I am quite hopeful. In this video, I'm going to go over some of the analytics for 2024, what I learned from them, and how that's going to inform what I'm going to do for the channel in 2025, what I'm going to focus on, the types of content you should be prepared to see, and then I'm going to go over some of the goals I have for 2025, because I plan on this being a very big year for the channel. New year, new me, let's get to it. In 2024, this community grew by 376 subscribers, and I'm stoked about that. I'm very happy. Unfortunately, a lot of those subscribers subscribe to the channel because they're a fan of what I do in my day job, because I fight in a cage for a living, and that is interesting, and I'm very happy, and that's, my purpose in life. But unfortunately, a lot of those people that subscribe to the channel wanted me to talk more about fight stuff, and I'm not doing that. I do that every day, 8 hours a day. I'm not interested in talking about work on this channel, so they subscribe to this channel, and they never watch a video. So one of the main focuses for 2025 is going to be to grow the subscribers, obviously, but also make sure they're people that want to actually watch bookish content. Watch hours was something that could have been much better. 732.2 watch hours. That's not half bad. It's very far away from the 3,000 watch hours one needs to get monetized, but considering I had so many things happen in 2024, I'm very happy because I have data. I know what I'm going to be focusing on in 2025, because the most watched videos I had was a rambling defense of Stephen King's politics, and then my top 5 favorite Stephen King books of all time, and then there's some shorts, and then a bunch of my top 10 videos. So Stephen King's clearly going to be a focus going forward for the channel. I've read a lot of Stephen King books in the meantime, so I have a lot of reviews coming to you guys. But yes, watch hours, I'm going to do much better in 2025. I'll talk more about that later. But views is the analytic I'm most interested in. 28,624 views. Most of that is from the YouTube Shorts. And I'm going to be taking a gamble in 2025 relating to YouTube Shorts, because I'm not sure that's actually going to negatively affect the channel in this niche. More about that later on in the video. Long story short, the channel grew. I'm happy with the growth, but I could have been a lot more disciplined. One of my main goals for 2024 was to upload 200 videos, and when you're not used to a regular uploading schedule, that is a very big ask. I was, keeping up with it for the first several months, but then I fell behind, and then I had the health issues and all the other distractions, and then I just gave up, and then I discovered Book Talk, and then I was doing very good at staying like regular and staying consistent with Book Talk, and now they're shutting it down. But I learned a lot from my Book Talk experience. But yes, a lot of things got in the way of me growing the channel, but it's going to change in 2025. So what are the goals for 2025? The first one, I want to upload 150 videos to the channel this year. I've been uploading a bunch of videos this week because it's the first week of 2025, so it's going to give me a nice little buffer, but that is just about right under 3 videos a week. That's very manageable, especially if I do YouTube Shorts, especially if I script out my videos. I don't take too much time to edit it, because editing is where a booktuber loses a lot of their time. But 150 videos in 2025, I'm doing it. I could have accomplished a 200 video goal for 2024, but things happened. But those things aren't happening in 2025. The second goal I have is relating to YouTube Shorts. You're going to be seeing at least 1 short a week. YouTube Shorts on BookTube, they're not ever used, really. It's a very rare thing, and it's because YouTube Shorts generally, in comparison to long form content, do not perform as well. That's why many of the big YouTube channels that like give creators advice about how to build their channels say that you should avoid using YouTube Shorts because they don't really work in building a community. And I disagree. I in my with my analytics of the videos that I uploaded last year, and I know I'm a very small population size. Like I can't make any study based off of just my videos, but in my experience, some of my best performing videos in terms of views were my YouTube shorts. And it is evergreen in this niche. I get views every day for my short story videos that are less than 40 seconds long, and people subscribe to my channel based off of those. So I'm going to take that gamble. You're going to be seeing a lot of YouTube shorts. And I think it's going to be worth it because sometimes you just don't have the energy to upload and to film and to edit a long form video. I'm not going to replace a long form content, but when I have like a burst of energy and I want to film something in a few minutes, I'm going to upload it to the channel. Not superfluous, useless stuff that doesn't add any value to you guys, but if I read a short story, then I'm going to make a quick little YouTube short about it because a short story doesn't need a full length video. Usually, some short stories are really that in depth. But a YouTube short about a short story, in my experience, they did really well for me in 2024, and you're going to be seeing a lot more of that. The next goal I have is to finish 12 of the series that I'm currently reading in 2025. I uploaded a video a week or so ago about 12 series I'm going to start in 2025, but I want to make sure that I at least finish 12 because I plan on starting 12. I really want to prioritize finishing series because when you finish a series, you could do series reviews, you could talk to people about the entire overarching story arc, and you can't do that if you're always reading the first book in 1,000 different series. I finished, I think, 9 series in 2024, and I got up to date with 2 series that are ongoing, but I decided to really focus on series that are finished in 2025. So I'm not picking up any new series that are ongoing. So this will be a goal that's going to be very difficult because we're readers. We always want to read the next shiny new thing. But I want to get this done because I really want to do some series reviews. The next goal is I want to read a lot more short stories in 2025. And the number I've settled on is I want to read at least 2 short stories every week. So at least 104 short stories in 2025. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to stick to one collection. I'm going to jump from author to author. But I love short stories. I have a lot of big, long, chunky books on the TBR. And short stories are great palate cleansers. I love the experience of reading something for like 10 to like 45 minutes and getting the entire story arc, completely finishing a story. It feels good. And short stories, it's just a very different art form. I don't see a lot of people talking about short stories or anthologies or collections here on BookTube, but that's something I really want to discuss, and I want to be the change I want to see in the world. So I'm going to be reading a lot of short stories, and I'm going to be sharing that content probably in YouTube Shorts, and then I'm going to finish some anthologies and collections and then make long-form videos about that. The final goal I'm going to talk about is a lot harder to measure. It's more of a mindset thing, but essentially it boils down to this. I'm going to stop just being a lurker here in the BookTube community. I'm subscribed to so many wonderful, thoughtful, accomplished booktubers. And I learn from you guys, and I'm inspired by you guys, and you guys greatly affect my TBR. But I never comment. I never reach out. I never take part in the discussions. And I think it's because for the longest time in my life, like, I was a very weak reader, and I always felt insecure talking to people about books and about literary things because I just couldn't make that connection. And now that I'm adult, and I'm almost 30, and I upload videos every week about what I'm reading, it seems ridiculous that this anxiety is still following me, that this monkey is still on my back. So one of my main focuses for 2025 is going to be to stop being a lurker, to reach out, to get over myself, to get over my social anxiety, because I am an introvert. I'm a very introverted person, but I'm very confident. And there's no reason I should still be insecure because my day job's in the spotlight. And BookTube, though reading's a very private hobby, BookTube is a very public part of being a reader. I want to take part in this great community because it really is something special. I'm watching you guys. That sounds creepy. But I'm watching you guys and I'm being inspired and I want to, share my thoughts with you guys. I want to be more proactive in that way. So, what are going to be my main focuses for 2025? I read a lot of different things. I have very eclectic tastes. I read zombie apocalyptic fiction. I read science fiction. I read Southern Gothic. I read horror. I read cozy fantasy. I'm going to start reading some westerns this year. Other weird stuff. Authors from all over the world. But I'm narrowing it down to a few different genres and types of stories. I'm focusing on reading noble bright fantasy, science fiction, and manga and short stories. That's going to be the primary focus in 2025. Noble bright fantasy, I'm not very experienced with it. I have never even read The Lord of the Rings. And if you watch my video that I published like 10 days ago, 12 series I want to start in 2025, then you probably would have noticed that a lot of the series on that list are noble bright, more traditional type of fantasy and science fiction. I'm very much a fantasy heavy reader, but in 2025 I'm going to be broadening my horizons. And manga, I I published 2 manga reviews in 2024, but I had no idea how to edit videos. And so they sucked. Visually, they sucked. I did not enjoy them. I was not happy with the product I was creating. But now I know how to edit videos. So I'm going to be like making reviews of all the series of manga that I finished. And then when I tackle more manga in 2025, yeah, you guys will be hearing about it. I'll be making some nice videos that are more visually appealing. Manga is never going to be the primary focus of this channel, but like many booktubers, I started reading manga the last year or so, and I love it because it's just a great, beautiful art form, and manga is filled with so many great stories. One thing I'm abandoning in 2025 that I played around with in 2024 is no more monthly TBRs, no more quarterly TBRs. TBRs really stifle my reading. They make me feel like I'm put into a box. I never read as much as I would like to read when I feel like I have to read something because I spoke it out into existence. I publicly stated what I was going to read, and then I don't get around to it because I get distracted easily. And then I feel bad for not reading the books on my TBR. And then you feel like a liar because you said you're going to read something, and then you don't, and then you fall off, and it makes you feel bad. So I think just having a pool of books that I'm going to read from like my 25 standalone books to read in 2025, as well as the 12 series I'm going to start in 2025, that'll give me enough like set in stone reads that I could pull from and read so you guys know what to expect for the most part, while also giving me enough flexibility to read according to my mood. So I'm thinking an annual TBR would be a better fit for me and my personal reading pace and reading, moods. In conclusion, I'm going to upload at least 150 videos to the channel. I'm going to be reading a lot of short stories. I'm going to be bringing you guys a lot of content, 150 videos, a lot of shorts. I'm going to be reading some manga, novel bright fantasy, science fiction, and we're no longer doing monthly TBR videos. So every month I am free to read as I will. And I think those are some good guidelines for 2025. I think it's going to be a great reading year. I look forward to talking to you guys about all the literary journeys I'm going on. I look forward to seeing how all these stories that I'm reading change me as a person. And I think I'll be a very different person at the end of 2025 than I am entering into it. And I'm excited about that. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time.